Mental disorders in international relations, leaders, states, and societal psyches. International relations traditionally focuses on states, power dynamics, institutions, and material resources. Yet, the psychological dimension, particularly the lens of mental disorders, offers unique insights into the motivations, behaviors, and risks that shape global politics. Mental disorders in international relations can be understood in two ways. First, literally, as the psychological conditions of leaders or populations that influence decision making. Second, metaphorically, as descriptive tools to understand states and societies' actions in terms of paranoia, narcissism, or trauma. Integrating these perspectives enriches the analysis of crisis, diplomacy, and conflict. Leaders' mental health and foreign policy. The mental health of political leaders has long been recognized as a factor in international decision making. Historical examples abound. Woodrow Wilson, for example, debilitated by a stroke in 1919, struggled to negotiate the League of Nations, undermining US diplomatic influence. Adolf Hitler's paranoia, delusions of grandeur, and obsessive focus on racial ideology shaped the catastrophic foreign policy of Nazi Germany. Joseph Stalin's pervasive suspicion and paranoia led to purges within his own ranks and contributed to the hardened existence of the Soviet Union during the early Cold War. Contemporary concerns persist. Analysts often speculate about narcissistic, authoritarian, or erratic traits in modern leaders, recognizing that such psychological patterns can affect international negotiation, risk taking, and military strategy. The madman theory, employed by Richard Nixon, for instance, illustrates how the perception of irrationality, whether real or manufactured, can become a delivery tool in diplomacy. Intelligence agencies such as the CIA have historically used psychological profiling to anticipate leaders' behavior, emphasizing the practical importance of understanding mental health in international relations. States as patients, pathological metaphors in international relations. Beyond individual leaders, states themselves are often analyzed through the metaphorical lens of pathology. Concepts such as paranoia describe states that assume worst case intentions of others, as seen in Cold War security dilemmas between the United States and the Soviet Union or between India and Pakistan. Narcissistic tendencies are attributed to great powers seeking status and recognition, exemplified by contemporary Russia or China. Lately, also Donald Trump's United States. Post conflict or post colonial states may exhibit characteristics of depression or trauma, as in post World War II Germany or post genocide Rwanda, affecting their domestic policies and external behavior. Some scholars even liken compulsive arms races or resource dependencies to addictive behaviors, underscoring the cognitive parallels between pathology and state behavior. Collective disorders and societal psychology. The psychological dimension of international relations extends beyond leaders to entire societies. Collective trauma profoundly shapes national identities and foreign policy. Israel's policies are deeply influenced by Holocaust memory, while Armenia Turkey relations are colored by the enduring memory of the 1915 genocide. Russian nationalism continues to draw on the memory of the Great Patriotic War to justify contemporary geopolitical instances. Mass movements and ideological waves can resemble psychological disorders on a societal scale. Extreme nationalism, populist hysteria, and radicalization often manifest cognitive patterns akin to obsession, paranoia, or delusional rigidity. Understanding these collective psychologies is crucial for anticipating social mobilization, conflict escalation, and the persistence of intergroup hostility. Psychoanalysis and international theory. Critical international relation theorists have long incorporated psychoanalytic insights into their analysis. Sigmund Freud's theories of repression and aggression, for example, have been applied to understand war, imperialism, and the compulsions driving state behavior. Jacques Lacan's concept of the other helps explain the construction of enemies and the formation of state identities around external threats. Julius Kristeva's work on abjection and foreignness illuminates attitudes toward refugees, migrants, and displaced populations. These frameworks offer nuanced explanations of fear, desire, insecurity, and aggression in international politics, complementing materialist and structuralist approaches. Policy implications. Recognizing the role of mental health and psychological patterns in international relations has concrete implications. Diplomatic strategy, crisis management, and intelligence analysis benefit from understanding leaders' psychological profiles. Peace building and reconciliation efforts require trauma informed approaches. Ignoring collective psychological wounds can undermine efforts to achieve lasting stability. However, over reliance on psychiatric metaphors poses risks. Labeling adversaries as irrational or mad can oversimplify complex geopolitical situations and potentially escalate conflict, as history has repeatedly demonstrated. Conclusion. Integrating the study of mental disorders into international relation enhances our understanding of global politics by highlighting the interplay between cognition, emotion, and structural factors. Leaders' mental health states, metaphorical pathologies, and collective societal psychologies all shape the international environment in ways that purely materialist or institutional analysis may miss. While care must be taken to avoid over pathologizing, the interdisciplinary approach offers valuable insights for scholars, policymakers, and practitioners seeking to understand the often unpredictable behavior of actors on the world stage. Thank you.